You know, it is said that most people die at the age of 25, but they don't get buried until they're 65. You know why? Because they stop living after a traumatic life event takes place, and because they hold so much garbage in their mind. We've all have had traumatic things that have taken place in our life. All of us have. Everybody has gone through something. Some people are still going through things right now. But you have to stop coming into alignment with the trauma. You have to stop bonding with the trauma. You have to get to a place where you're not constantly repeating the incidents that happen in your life. You know why? Because it connects you back to that incident as if it was the very day that it happened. And then you get into your emotional state, and you get into this state where it's like you're reliving that experience all over again. So you have to stop connecting with your trauma, and you have to stop holding so much garbage in your mind. We're living in the day right now. These days that we're living in, I mean, so much just going on in the world, but you have to make the determination in your mind that you're going to get rid of every polluting negative thought. And you do that through self awareness. You do that through becoming more self aware. I understand that the trauma that makes you stuck, if you don't get rid of the trauma, if you don't get rid of the gossip and all of the negativity, it's like you're actually setting yourself up to be a volunteer victim in other people's trauma or drama or gossip or negative behavior. You have to let go, release it, free it. Because truthfully, it's not about cutting people away. But the moment you continue to vibrate on a high frequency, and it's just like an airplane. I remember when I took my first flight, which I've had several flights since this time. But when I took my first flight, I remember looking out the window. I had a window seat. And the higher altitude the plane went up, the less I was able to see beneath me. And things began to get smaller the higher the pilot went up. That's how it is when you are at a high vibrational frequency. The higher you are at this frequency, the less you begin to notice the small, minute things. The less you be tripped up by gossip and negative talk and negative behavior, the more aware you become. But the higher altitude you go, people that don't or that are not on that same plane as you, they're still waiting for their flight. They're still waiting for things to take off for them, or they're still down here, with the low level conversations. They can't go where you're going. They're not at the altitude that you are, and therefore they automatically fall off. If you understand that we are conscious and there's only one conscious, conscious is conscious. There's no different conscious. You don't have a conscious that someone else has, and they don't have a conscious that you have. There's only one conscious. And when you understand that we all share the same conscious, there's no way that you can cut people off. You need people in your life. The very ones that you want to cut off, you need them. You need them to challenge you to make you better. You need them to hold you accountable. And now I'm not saying stay in relationships that are abusive or things of that nature, but you need people to buffet you, to be like sandpaper, to smooth out the edges in your life. And when their time is done and when it's over for them, they will move on. See, the universe has a way of sending people to their next place that they need to be at for the next assignment. Right now, you just so happen to be their assignment. And it's okay. And once you have fulfilled the purpose or the assignment for which they came, you both will split ways. It's no fighting. There's no fighting in love. That's not what love does. Love does not fight. Love does not fight for its own way and to cut people off. That's not love. So today, it's time for you to connect with yourself. It's time for you to become more self aware. We as women, we wear the badge very well as women, and men too, who have put themselves on the chopping board year after year after year. We sacrifice for our children, for our husbands, for our wives, even put off things because we feel we don't deserve to have them. There's a net that's flying around and I guess it's trying to get in the spotlight. So we feel that we don't deserve them. We do deserve them. And I want you to put that in the chat. I do deserve things. I do deserve my desires. And you don't deserve them in the by and by. You deserve them right now. You deserve things right now. I want you to put that in the chat. I deserve things right now. But before you understand what you deserve, it is to your greatest advantage that you remember your inherited dominion and how important you are to yourself. Yes, you're important to your family. You are important to the community that you are part of, to your boss or to your sisterhood or your brotherhood. But you're first and foremost accountable or important to yourself. There is no one else that's going to come and rescue you and save you. You're going to have to do the work on your own. There is nobody else that's going to love you more than you love yourself. You're going to have to start turning internally and loving you, loving yourself, loving every facet of who you are. You're not here by coincidence. You are here tuned in to me right now. Wherever you are tuning in from, it's not by accident nor coincidence, but it's because you need to be here. In this world, you need to be here. Put that in the chat, and I want you to take that down because we're taking notes, remember? I need to be here. And say that over and over. I need to be here. You're not an accident. Irregardless of how you got here, you needed to be here in this timeline that you came. Your world is who you are and what you do and who you know. I know we say, well, I don't need people. Yes, you do. You need people. You need people to get to one destination to the next destination. Especially if you are in, like, if you have a business, you need customers. Otherwise, you don't have a business, you just have a hobby. So your world is who you are, what you do, who you know, and what you own, and your areas of influence and where you live. Today is today that you start your journey. This video is about the one thing that you need right now. The one thing that you need right now is to become self-aware or to develop self-awareness. That's the one thing you need. Just like you need water in order to live, you need to develop self-awareness in order to live in this reality. Not about acquiring things, because it's not about manifesting. Whether you manifest or not, you still need you. And your manifestations are predicated upon you. Your money is predicated upon you. The very amount of money you have is because of the thoughts that you have about yourself when it comes to money. So you need self-awareness. That's what you need. You need to develop self-awareness and use your awareness to win big in life. Get away from the thoughts of trying to manifest, as I just said. You're moving away from that. We're not waiting for our desires to come by doing something external, by connecting with the external source. Your desires are coming from within. They don't just come by chance, but they come by choice. And that's a fact. The choices that you're making every day, that's how your desires are coming. The thoughts that you have every day, the mindset that you have about you, that's how things are coming in your life. We are all solely responsible for our lives. The awards, the promotions, the new house, the abundance is all you. You did that. You really did that. Type that in the comments. Say, I really did that. Even if you didn't get an award, you didn't get a promotion, you did that. You showed up for you. Just because you're here in this video, you showed up. You did that. Yes, I know things from the outside are pulling you, but regardless of outside influences or circumstances, you can always choose what you think and what you do. You are accountable for the results. There's a law of polarity, law of duality, law of cause and effect. You're responsible for what you do. Whatever you do, there's an effect for it. There's a cause and effect. And whatever that is, that result, we create because of it. Don't let the world drown out who you are, your authenticity. Don't let the world drown you out. Don't be succumbed to the world, the noise of the world. Don't be succumbed to it. I know and I believe that you are ready to, I'm going to write this down, rule your world. You're ready to rule your world. Not rule over other people, but rule your world. And as you're evolving in this reality, it's going to require you to be involved. Your evolving requires your involvement. You're here because you have a clear vision of what you want in life and where you're going. You are powerful. The universe says you're powerful. I'm saying you're powerful. The community is saying you're powerful. You are different from everybody else. Don't worry if the person in your life doesn't get you or they don't get it or anything about you. It's not your responsibility to continue to convince anybody, anyone of who you are. It's your responsibility to show up as your true, authentic self. How do you do that? You do that by becoming more or by developing self-awareness. What I presented to you today is the one thing that you need in this world right now that will forever change your entire life. This is the one thing that changed my life. I remember when I was not self-aware and I would just go through the world, just, like lollygagging through the world, not even conscious of the things that I was doing until I discovered a powerful tool of self-awareness and I start developing my self-awareness muscle. And then I began to discover the latent power and the ability that I had on the inside of me to create, just to be and to rule my world by using the universal laws and self-awareness to help me discover the treasure that was within me. Likewise, you have that same ability. I have a book that I created and it's dealing with developing your self-awareness to boost your confidence and increase your success. It's free. It's a free book for you. You click the link on my stand store and you can get access to this free book. I want you to know that you are important here, and that you made it this far into the video, into this live. And that lets me know that you want to make the greatest investment in your life. That's you. Studying you is the greatest investment that you will ever be able to make in your entire life. So I thank you for joining me this evening. Thank you for being a part of this broadcast. If you want more resources and you want to reach out to me, you can go to my stand store at stand store / film spa. It's capital FEMSPA. I look forward to chatting with you all again, and I hope that you have a wonderful day. See ya.